Introduction. The United States was not always a country. By Great Britain and its English king, George III, Britain began taxing the colonies and enforcing unpopular new laws. The colonies objected, saying they wanted no taxation without representation in the English Parliament. Over time, disagreement between the groups only increased. King George III tried to gain control over the colonies by using harsher taxation and threats of military force. A series of events led to a confrontation on April 19, 1775 of the legislature and colonies at the towns of on a village green in Leicester. There were no fireworks. The first shot became known as the first shot heard around the world, which signaled the beginning of the war between Britain and 13 colonies. Of course, the land they were fighting over was already home to a third group. Native people had been living in the region for thousands of years. By 1775, arrival of Europeans had caused the death of millions of native people. In the century to come, millions more would die and more land from coast to coast would be taken from them. The Second Continental Congress on May 10, 1775. The Second Continental Congress met at Independence Hall in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The 56 delegates unanimously chose George Washington, one of the delegates from Virginia and a former officer in the British Army, to command the New England militia. The Congress voted to call the troops the Continental Army and declared it would be made of volunteer soldiers from each 13 colonies. Washington's job as commander of the Continental Army wasn't going to be easy. Washington had ragtag groups of farmers, carpenters, and blacksmiths with few weapons and little or no training. These soldiers would be fighting against the powerful, well-trained, and well-supplied military might of Britain. He expected to fail, telling Patrick Henry, a lawyer from Virginia, from the day I entered upon the command of American army, I did my fall and ruined my reputation. Although he thought his reputation could be ruined. So while George Washington headed to Concord and Lexington, near Boston to listen new troops, the Continental Congress continued to try and make amends with British Parliament. The delegates sent him a petition to King George III to proclaim the colonies local English subjects. King George refused to receive petition and declared that the colonies had processed to open the Irish Rebellion. The patriotic Ticonderoga was the Second Continental Congress met in Philadelphia. The colony soldiers scored a victory over the British at Fort Ticonderoga in New York. A rafter farmer in New Hampshire named Ethan Allen and other area farmers have formed a group called the Green Farmers and had forced a group called the Green Mountain Boys. Congress asked the Green Mountain Boys to capture the British fort on Lake Champlain in New York. Also was ordered attack for Fort Ticonderoga. Arnold had an official from the British. Both Arnold and Allen wanted to lead the attack, so they argued the way to Ticonderoga, but they managed to conquer the fort together on 10th, 1775. The next day, another British fort at the Crown Point was captured by Allen and Arnold. The victories gave the colony soldiers a moral boost. They also served as an announcement that the war had indeed begun. Colonists were now forced to take sides, either loyalists or those who wanted to remain part of the Britain or as patriots. Those who wanted independence from Britain. There was no middle ground. Bunker Hill and Bridge Hill. After the Battle of Lexington, in which the shot heard from around the world, started the first soldier led by Major John Pickering had retreated to Boston. The colony soldiers came outside Boston, gathering forces around 16,000 period. The British supply into Boston with Patriot troops surrounding the Boston. British General Thomas Gage worried the enemy troops might fortify the hills across the Charles River in Boston, Bunker, and the Bridge Hill in Charlestown. On the night of June 16, 1777, General Artemis Ward ordered his Patriot soldiers to dig trenches into the Bunker Hill. The soldiers misunderstood their old order and instead went to Bridge Hill, which was closer to the British position. By morning, soldiers and trenches covered the hill. The British soldiers moved by ship across the Charles River with cannons blasting. The Patriots were all disadvantaged. They were trained well and were fighting by professional soldiers. The Patriots also had their very little gunpowder in order to conserve their ammunition. The strategy worked as British soldiers rushed the hills. Americans held their fire till the last safe moment. Many British soldiers died. More British troops led an attack with the Americans. After the third wave of attack, when the Americans ran out of gunpowder and had to retreat, the British captured Bridge Hill and Bunker Hill. The British would have controlled the two hills at the cost of many British lives. More than 1,000 British soldiers were wounded or killed, while the Patriots lost 441 men. The Patriots gained a big push in the morale, even though they lost a battle, because they could fight and win a war against a large number of professional soldiers. Although most of the action was seen on Bridge Hill, the battle has come to as the Battle of Bunker Hill. General George Washington arrived in July 1775, and his troops beside the British in Boston for nearly a year. He also sent forces to invade Canada to prevent the British from landing there, sending forces to New York. The Paris captured Montreal in November 1775, Quebec, but because the severe of December weather, it failed. During the winter, Portuguese escorted the captured from the British to attack British soldiers in Boston. On March 17, 1776, the British soldiers and thousands of Loyalists left Boston, leaving Washington troops marching triumphantly to the city, declaring independence. Patriot Thomas Paine warned of settlement common sense, in which he declared independence to be the only correct choice for the colonies. Paine challenged the authority of the British government using plain language that most people could easily understand. His booklet sold 150,000 copies in a few months, as were many loyalists in the sight of independence. In June 1776, the Continental Congress elected a committee to write a statement about the colonies' right to self-governing. Thomas Jefferson was known for his writing skill. The Continental Congress approved the Declaration of Independence on July 4, 1776, once passed by the 13 colonies. The Declaration of Independence created the United States of America. Battling for freedom. There were dark days ahead for the patriots as they learned battle after battle. Months after Declaration Independence signed, the British under General William Howe shipped 30,000 soldiers into New York Harbor. The Battle of the Long Island lasted for 3 days until outnumbered patriots finally retreated south across the New Jersey to Philadelphia. The British occupied the New York City and won the battle, which patriots surrounded Fort Washington. In October 1776, Patriot President Arnold Gunpowder was defeated at Lake Champlain in Canada. However, the Patriots fought so fiercely that the British were concerned. They conquered the labor might not be as easy as they thought. On December 24, 1776, George Washington and his band fled across the Delaware River to Trenton, New Jersey in one night. The Patriots moved 2,400 men across the icy river in sleet and snow. It was the first major battle of the war. A few days later, Washington defeated the British at Princeton, New Jersey. This victory revenged the Patriots' morale. Britain retreated in June 1777 by a moving large army led by General John Burgoyne to south from Canada. Burgoyne planned to conquer Hudson River at Albany, New York, cutting off New England and New York from the other continent. On the way, Burgoyne recaptured Fort Ticonderoga. However, the Patriots could just stop Burgoyne's momentum at the Battle of Saratoga in October, with Burgoyne surrendering around 8,000 men. The Battle of Saratoga was a turning point in the war because it proved to France and other imperial countries that the Patriots might win the war. In 1778, France joined the fight against the long-standing enemy, Great Britain, by sending supplies to the Continental Army. Soon after, Spain would declare war on Britain. Even so, Continental Army soldiers often lacked food, clothing, and shelter. The Continental Congress did allies such as France to supply the troops. In June 1778, after the Horrible War, Washington attacked the British Army, now under the command of General Henry Clinton, at the Battle of Monmouth. Neither side won the fight, which was the last major battle in the northern colony, but it demonstrated that the Patriots could fight just as well as the British. Southern Battle. British forces captured Savannah, Georgia in December 1778. Then they attacked and captured Charleston, South Carolina in May 1780. They were jacked again at Camden, South Carolina in August 1780. These three battles had the biggest casualty rates of the war. Many colonies in the southern colony were loyalists. Although Britain was not winning the South, the Patriots would not give up. The tide of the war began turning in favor of the Patriots in October, when they won a battle at Kings Mountain, South Carolina, in 65 minutes. This battle was one of the few in the war that did not involve British shoulder. It was fought by Patriots against loyalists. The Patriots' alliance with the French began to pay off. French soldiers did hold back the British and fought alongside colonists at the port of the troops Washington led into Virginia. The most important battle of the war was about to begin. French ships drove off the British Yorktown set to the rescue of Virginia. The Patriots had won their war and were now the independent from Britain. The United States of America officially became independent from Great Britain with the Peace of Paris in 1783. Now a group of colonies was used up to be supported by another hand to come together and build a brand new nation.
Good job! Practice makes perfect. We need a little more practice until we pass.